Have you ever started a conversation, and after 2 minutes, your mind goes blank? You're standing there. They're looking at you. You already asked, "How are you? What do you do? Where are you from?" And now, silence. Your brain starts racing. Say something. Anything. This is awkward. So you panic. You force a random question. You laugh nervously. Or you pretend you need to check your phone. If this has ever happened to you, listen carefully. You are not bad at talking. You just don't know the structure of conversation. And once you understand the structure, you will never run out of things to say again. Welcome back. My name is Cora, and today we're learning how to keep a conversation going naturally, without forcing it, without overthinking, and without sounding awkward. Let's start with a truth most people don't realize. Conversation is not about talking more. It's about extending what already exists. Read that again in your mind. You don't need new topics every minute. You need to expand the current topic. That is the secret. Most people kill conversations because they jump too fast. Example. You, what do you do? Them, I work in marketing. You, oh nice. So where are you from? You just abandon the topic. Instead, you should explore it. You, marketing? Interesting. What kind of marketing? Them, social media. You, oh that's big these days. What do you enjoy most about it? Now the conversation has layers. You didn't change the subject. You deepened it. That's the first rule. Rule number 1, don't switch topics too quickly. Go deeper before going wider. Now let's talk about why conversations die. They die for 3 reasons. Reason 1, you ask closed questions. Reason 2, you don't follow up. Reason 3, you don't share anything about yourself. Let's break that down. Closed questions are questions that can be answered with one word. Do you like your job? Yes. End. Instead, ask open questions. What do you like most about your job? Now they must explain. An explanation creates space. Now here's where most people fail. They ask one good question, then stop listening. They're already thinking about the next thing to say. Don't do that. Your next question is inside their answer. Let me show you. You, what do you do? Them, I'm a teacher. Instead of jumping topics, listen carefully. You could ask, what made you choose teaching? What age group do you teach? What's the funniest thing a student has said? See how easy that is? You didn't need creativity. You needed attention. Listening is fuel for conversation. Now let's introduce something powerful. I call it the ping pong method. Conversation is like table tennis. You send the ball. They send it back. You respond to what they sent. But many people hold the ball too long. They talk, and talk, and talk. Or they send weak shots. Yes. Okay. Nice. That kills energy. Instead, respond with interest. Example. Them. I started going to the gym. Weak response. Oh nice. Stronger response. Oh nice, what made you start? Even stronger. I've been thinking about that too. What helped you stay consistent? Now you're building momentum. Let's practice another example. Them. I love traveling. Weak. That's cool. Better. What's your favorite place so far? Even better. What's one place that surprised you? Notice something. Better questions create better conversations. Now let's talk about the fear of awkward silence. Silence is normal. The problem is not silence. The problem is pressure. You think silence means failure. It doesn't. Sometimes the other person is thinking. Sometimes they are processing. Confident people are comfortable with pauses. Insecure people rush to fill space. Be calm. If they answer briefly, that's okay. You can gently reopen the door. Example. Them. Yeah, I just work in an office. Instead of giving up, say, what's a typical day like for you? You are guiding the flow. Now let's introduce the 3-level conversation formula. Level 1, facts. Level 2, opinions. Level 3, feelings. Most conversations stay at level 1. Facts. Job. City. Weather. But connection happens at level 2 and 3. Let's use an example. Level 1. I work remotely. Level 2. Do you prefer working remotely or in an office? Level 3. How does working remotely make you feel? See the progression? Facts are safe. Opinions create engagement. Feelings create connection. You don't jump to level 3 immediately. You move naturally. Now let's talk about balance. You cannot only ask questions. That feels like an interview. You must share small pieces about yourself too. But keep it balanced. If they say, I love cooking, You could say, I've been trying to cook more lately. What's your favorite dish to make? Short share. Back to them. That keeps it flowing. Now let's deal with one-word responders. Some people answer with, yes, no, maybe. Don't panic. Use expansion prompts. Like, what makes you say that? How did that happen? What was that like? These phrases are powerful. They gently invite more detail. Now I want you to imagine something. You walk into a room next week. Instead of thinking, what if this gets awkward? You think, I'll just go deeper into whatever they say. That mindset alone changes everything. You don't need genius-level topics. You need curiosity and structure. Structure removes fear. Now let's move into real-life situations. Because theory is good, but real situations are where most people freeze. Let's start with a social event. You're at a birthday party. You don't know many people. You're standing next to someone near the snacks table. You say, hey, how do you know the host? They reply, we work together. Now many people stop there. They say, oh nice, and silence. Instead, go deeper. What kind of work do you guys do? They say, we're in finance. You respond, that sounds intense. What's the busiest time of year for you? Now you're exploring. They answer. You listen. Then you say, has it always been finance for you, or did you switch careers? Do you see what's happening? You're staying on the same topic, but you're moving through layers. That is natural flow. Now let's look at workplace networking. You meet someone at a conference. You say, what brought you to this event? They say, I'm trying to learn more about leadership. Now don't switch topics. Stay there. What made you interested in leadership? They reply. Then you say, what's the biggest leadership lesson you've learned so far? Now you're having a real conversation, not small talk. Now let's talk about dating. This is where people panic the most. On a first date, many people feel pressure to impress. But remember what we said earlier. Conversation is not about performing. It's about expanding. Example. You, what do you like to do on weekends? They say, I usually just relax and watch movies. Don't judge it. Don't panic. Expand it. What kind of movies do you never get tired of? They answer. Then, what's one movie you wish you could watch again for the first time? Now that question creates emotion. Emotion creates connection. Now here's something important. Energy matching. If the person is giving short answers, you can gently increase energy. If they are very energetic, match it slightly. People feel comfortable when energy is balanced. Now let's talk about when energy drops. You feel the conversation slowing down. It feels heavy. This is where many people panic and say something random. Instead, use a soft transition. For example, that reminds me, have you ever tried something completely new recently? Or, by the way, I've been curious about something. Soft transitions feel natural. Hard transitions feel forced. Now let's talk about changing topics smoothly. You don't just jump. You connect. If they talk about travel, you can say, speaking of travel, have you ever lived abroad? Connection words help. Speaking of, that reminds me. On that note, these phrases guide the conversation gently. Now let's handle a difficult situation. What if the person is not asking you questions back? You feel like you're carrying everything. Here's what you do. After a few exchanges, pause. Share something small about yourself. Example. I've actually been trying to improve my communication skills lately. That's why I enjoy conversations like this. Then stop. Give them space to respond. If they engage, good. If not, you now know the effort level. Remember, conversation is a two-way street. You can guide it, but you can't carry it alone forever. Now let's introduce something powerful. Conversation stacking. This is advanced but simple. When someone mentions multiple things in one sentence, choose one and stack on it. Example. I moved here last year for a new job, and I'm still getting used to the weather. There are 3 topics there. Moved here. New job. Weather. Pick one. I moved here last year. You could ask, what was the biggest adjustment? Or, do you miss where you lived before? That's stacking. You take one piece and build on it. Now let's talk about confidence inside conversation. Confidence is not loudness. It's comfort. Comfort with silence. Comfort with pauses. Comfort with not being perfect. If you stumble over words, that's human. If you laugh at yourself lightly, that's attractive. Perfection is not required. Presence is. Now let's talk about ending conversations naturally. Many people don't know how to exit. They either disappear or stand awkwardly. Here's a simple structure. Acknowledge. Appreciate. Transition. Example. It was really nice hearing about your travel stories. Pause. I'm going to grab a drink, but I hope we talk again later. Simple. Respectful. Confident. Now imagine this. You attend an event next month. Instead of worrying, what if I run out of things to say? You remember. Go deeper. Follow up. Share a little. Stay calm. That mindset changes your posture, your tone, your presence. Now let's reinforce the core lessons. Number 1. Don't jump topics too fast. Number 2. Ask open questions. Number 3. Listen carefully for follow-up opportunities. Number 4. Use the ping-pong method. Number 5. Move from facts to opinions to feelings. Number 6. Use soft transitions to change topics. Number 7. End conversations with appreciation. If you master these 7 steps, you will never feel stuck again, because you now understand the structure, and structure removes fear. Now I want you to imagine something clearly. You're in a conversation. They say something simple. Instead of panicking, your mind calmly asks, "What can I explore here?" That single question in your head keeps you steady. You don't need to be the funniest. You don't need to be the smartest. You just need to be curious and present. That is how you keep a conversation going naturally.